Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and welcome back to Asagao Academy. When I last left off, Gerard the completionist was showing us around the school. There was some creepy guy with a mask in a closet that disappeared out of nowhere. Met some of the rival block guys, and PBG's going to be our partner for a project, and we're probably going to go see him play soccer. Now there's not much else to say. We're still kind of trudging along, possibly finding a date for this new festival that's coming up. But ignoring that last incident, Gerard truly went out of his way to show he was thinking about me. In fact, I got the impression he was this way for everyone, maybe even everything. Well, he is the completionist, beard and all. He was thorough, very thorough, and when he wanted to help you, he did everything in his power to do so. Maybe it hadn't meant much to him, but it meant a lot to me. I returned to the dorm and crawled into bed with a smile on my face, ready to take on the next day. This time I knew I wouldn't get lost. Whoa! Okay, somebody's having fun plastering posters everywhere. Plastering posters, whatever. Mai and I arrived at Poppy Hall the next morning and it immediately became clear. Something changed. Gee, I don't know what. Maybe they did a new paint job on the walls? Or maybe it's because all these posters, drenched in nausea-looking neon colors, were plastered on the lockers. Several students gathered to take a look. Oh, my gosh. Those colors just do clash. We walked over to one of the walls to get a better look. Is that Jared? When Mai didn't respond, I turned to look at her. The expression on her face told me that her mind wandered somewhere that I would have made a call girl blush. Or that would have made a call girl blush. Okay. Mai, you're drooling. That seemed to jolt her out of her fantasy. She lifted a sleeve to wipe away the drivel on her chin. I am not. I'm not. What are these posters for? Well, last year Jared put on a fashion show. It looks like he's doing it again this year. I didn't know Jared was into fashion. Mai shrugged. He's not. I waited for some type of clarification.
He's so cute.
One time in biology, I saw him take off his sweater and his shirt kind of got stuck to it and pulled up, and I swear he had like 20 abs. I waited in vain.
Good morning.
Hello, ladies. Oh, no. Maybe you should get a bucket for the amount of saliva that's going to come out of Mai's esophagus. Mai and I whipped around. There stood Jared in all his glittering, magnificent glory. Mai's face turned a blushing pink. The most beautiful guy in school. I see you're admiring my totally sweet posters. Yeah, they're really something, Jared. I like your abs. She's awkward. With sudden, soul-crushing realization of what she said, her expression twisted into a mixture of horror and disgust. Yeah, that's about as much as going up to a girl and saying, I like your boobs! Jared was unfazed.
Hana?
Thanks, but Hana, it was actually you I wanted to speak to. Why would he want to talk to me? Oh yeah, okay, what's up? Jared looked expectantly at Mai. She didn't move. I would say so. Realizing she was in trouble, I nudged her with my elbow as subtly as I could. You just shove her away.
Hey!
Mai, would you go get me a soda? I'm really thirsty. Without a word, Mai scuttled away. Oh, I see. Hush, hush. Jared turned back to me, a cool glint in his eye. He seemed used to the effect he had on women.
Well,
I wanted to talk to you about the fashion show, actually. You're new here and all, so you probably don't know, but every year I like to put on a little fashion show to showcase my modeling skills.
What?
Wait, what? You know, just to make sure people don't forget what I'm capable of. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a stack of glossy photos, and thrust them into my hands. I stared down at them in awe. Do we get to look at them ourselves? Oh, God. Not very flattering photos, I will admit. I flipped through them, starting to notice a pattern. As you can tell, my beauty is something that simply can't go to waste. I like to hold a fashion show here at Asagao Academy to ensure everyone gets their yearly dose of Pro Jared. I flipped to the last photo. Heat shot up my neck and into my ears. Surely this was some kind of joke. I shoved the stack of photos back out and wiping my sweaty palms against my skirt. Yeah, that was not a very flattering photo. What does this have to do with me? That might have been a touch rude. Jared, as smooth as ever, simply smiled.
Perfect.
I think you have potential, Hana. It's the pink hair, isn't it? It's totally the pink hair. He suddenly leaned in close to me, so close in fact that I could smell his cologne, a musky, sweet aroma of earthly scents and... ham? Ham? Potential for what exactly? Jared shifted, his mouth so close to my ear I could feel its heat. For greatness. It's the pink hair, isn't it? It's like it just screams protagonist. He reached into his shirt pocket and retrieved a small slip of paper. With quivering hands, I accepted it.
All right.
My card. My number's on the bottom. If you're ever interested, I could teach you a thing or two about modeling. I stared down at the card in my hand, feeling that if I looked away, it would disappear. By the time I gathered the courage to face him again, Jared was gone. Feeling quite dizzy, I headed for class, but the business card strangled to death in my white-knuckled hand. Okay. That was bizarre. Can I just go back to talking to Jontron and Jock? Because at least the robot bird makes more sense in this, right? By the time I got through the milling students and to the classroom, I was sitting at her desk face down and completely still. I took my seat and twisted around to poke the dejected my-shaped heap. She didn't budge. Oh, girlfriend, so you got embarrassed in front of the guy you liked. It's okay. Just please don't go running out into the wilderness where you get attacked by a Wendigo, please.
Hey.
Bye. Bye. I heard a muffled groan of despair.
I can't believe this.
I'm such a social disaster. No, you're not. I tried to sound comforting, but I was never good at this sort of thing. I finally lifted her head from her desk. What's that? She motioned to the business card that was still in my hand. I set it in front of her. Maya appraised it for a long minute with a blank face, as if I set a rare artifact in front of her that she didn't actually believe was real. Then her eyebrows pulled together. He gave you his number? Well, yeah, sorta. I mean, not really. He said I should call him if I want him to teach me how to model like him. It was embarrassing to even say, and the words felt awkward in my mouth. The moment I said them loud, I wished I could grab them back and swallow them. I expected Mai to give me a once-over before making an off-the-cuff comment about how I wasn't nearly pretty enough to be a model. But she didn't.
Yeah!
He, like, totally wants to get with you? Her tone was so matter-of-fact, I gaped. What? No, he doesn't. Why would you say that? He obviously just wants me to make those extra chins on my neck.
Bingo.
Okay, Hana, I've taken enough sex ed classes to know when a guy fully wants you, and Jared, like, fully wants you. If you say so. Nowadays, guys aren't as forward anymore because they're afraid of rejection. Mortified, I snatched the business card back off her desk and shoved it into my jacket pocket, turning away. My cheeks felt like they were on fire. By now the classroom was filled with students. They chatted amongst themselves, but the white noise of their conversations wasn't loud enough to drown my out. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see John and PBG sit in their desks at the back of the classroom. I'm talking serious, grabby hands in the back of his dad's camera here. You're going to make babies with Pro Jared, Hana. You think she would be super jealous, considering she's a fangirl. I see it way too often online to see that, where a cute guy gets a girlfriend that a lot of girls like, and the first instinct is, oh my god, who is she? She has to die. It happens way more than it should, and I don't like it. So this is just kinda weird. Little glittering Jared babies. Oh god, we're gonna have vampire babies? No, I'm not. You're totally crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, and you know she's gonna go back to her dorm and make a fanfic of the two of them. She's gonna make a shipping of them, like Pro Hana or something. Miss Shizuka, like some kind of angel, cleared her throat at the front of the class. I exhaled gratefully and sunk down in my seat. Please talk about something other than this. When class finally ended, Mai and I headed for the cafeteria, the incident forgotten in her hurried attempt to explain Miss Shizuka's scandalous last relationship.
What a jerk!
Seriously, he spent all this time trying to choose between her and some dead chick who only liked him because he looked like her ex-boyfriend. Oh, girlfriend, you have no idea. I mean, who does that? Oh, you'd be amazed that there are plenty of guys who would date a girl just because she reminds him of his ex, and they're basically a rebound, and it sucks. And girls do that too as well. I'm not saying that it's just the guys. We got our food and hesitated in the middle of the room, looking at the normal boots table. Neither of us wanted to go up and demand a seat, especially after wiggling our way in the day before. What if they changed their minds? But Satch, noticing us standing like lost lambs in the middle of the room, waved us over.
Hey, girl.
How was class? Oh, you know, normal? Satch nodded and turned away, having been in the middle of talking to Josh. That was awkward. Despite how familiarly he treated me, I still don't know how to talk to him or any of them. I looked across the table and locked eyes with PBG, who stared at me like I was a baby German Shepherd. Well, German Shepherds are adorable. Like, my first and foremost love of dogs will always be Golden Retrievers, but I've also grown up around German Shepherds. They are amazing dogs. You...
All right.
Cookies!
What?
What?
Oh, sick.
You brought us cookies! You're the best, Gerard! Paul sprang out of his chair and practically tackled Gerard.
Ah,
Whoa, calm down. There's more than enough cookies to go around. Gerard started passing the cookies around the table, but paused. You're back again? He looked at me. I tried to ignore the disappointment on his face.
well,
Well, here. Okay, so Gerard was nice enough to give us a tour, but he doesn't like us sitting here? Zatch waved us over, so... He hands each cookie, then headed crack across the cafeteria. I stared at the small chocolate chips melting in the warm cookie. Oh man, chocolate chip, are you kidding me? Did he not want us here? But he was so nice yesterday. I didn't even want to eat the cookie, not if he was going to be as two-faced as that. Hey! Watch where you're walking next time. A sheepish Gerard stood next to a short, skinny boy who was holding his tray above his head. I'm sorry, I'll be more careful. Oh, you're from Normal Boots. Wait, you're the guy who plays with itty-bitty kitties, aren't you? The boy sneered. How the hell did you manage to get in with a group like that?
huh?
They're my friends. Playing with those stupid dolls? You're an embarrassment. Oh god, it really is like the brony stuff. The kid's friends were hitting his shoulders, looking from Gerard to our table with panicked eyes.
I like what I like.
I think they're fun. Whatever. The kid was led off by his friends. Gerard came back and sat down at the table. That was weird. Gerard sat down and began happily munching on his cookie, looking for all the world like he didn't even care about what just happened. You know, the fact that essentially he was getting bullied because essentially he's in this world's brony. I scanned the cafeteria for the boy who heckled him and found him sitting alone at the table, head in his hands. His friends left him behind. Aw, man. So he's being a bully because he's kind of being bullied himself. That's not how it works. It shouldn't. What was that about? That I used to get all the time. I collect itty-bitty kitty figurines. You know, that kid's show with the 5 kittens who live in Kitten Town? Yep, it is definitely My Little Pony. They were originally supposed to have magic powers, but whatever. I collect their figurines. They're so cute. Yeah, it would be kind of weird if they had magic powers, wouldn't it? I mean, at least with the My Little Pony, it kind of makes sense because you got unicorns and pegasi and alicorns. I've almost got them all. I'm only missing Princess Pumpernickel. She's the rarest. Princess Pumpernickel. I can't tell which one that would be. But why was that guy making fun of you? Doesn't it bother you? I was afraid of bringing up bad feelings, but Gerard just shook his head. It looks kind of weird, right? A teenage boy collecting toys meant for little girls? There's a whole community surrounding this kind of thing, dude. Don't worry about it.
Uh-huh.
But I like them, so I don't let it bother me. Sorry, I didn't bring enough cookies the first time, Hana. I forgot that you were joining us again, but I'm glad you're here. I bit my lip. See, Hana, he was being nice the whole time, and here you were jumping to conclusions. I guess he was just worried he didn't have enough cookies to go around. Hey, your cookie will get cold if you don't eat it. I unwrapped the cookie. Scents of chocolate and cinnamon hit me. I broke off a piece and popped it in my mouth. Gerard whispered something into Nick's ear, who started laughing so hard milk came out of his nose. Was he really okay with people making fun of him? I couldn't believe it. Didn't believe it. Yeah, I know that feeling. It's like, nobody likes to get bullied. Nobody. But at the same time, you kind of... It's a part of life at the same time. It does kind of make you a stronger person from dealing with it, but it is a pain in the ass when it does happen. At my old school, people made fun of me every day. It was hell. There was no way he could just brush it off like that, not when I tried so hard to do the same. But as I finished the cookie and started on my ramen, and Gerard continued to laugh with the rest of Normal Boots, I wonder whether it was as impossible as I always thought.
Hana?
Hana, can you pass me some pepper? I got it. Here, Jared. Thanks. What's your name again? It's Mai.
Nice.
Thanks, Mai. She knows, she's like, oh, he's totally got a crush on you, but she's still trying to get his attention. This is sending mixed signals, because most of the time I usually see death threats coming from that.
Hana!
Well, honey, ready to head back? Huh? Oh, yeah. Did Mai look sad, or did I imagine it? We threw our trays on the racks and headed out to the cafeteria. As we waited, Normal Boots and Gerard cheerfully weighed back. A sudden pang hit my stomach. Was it guilt? I don't know. Was that guilt? After class ended that day, Mai said she had volleyball practice and sped off. Thankfully, this time I knew where I was going, so I headed straight back and collapsed on my bed. It was nice to have some time to myself. After everything that happened, I felt like I was going crazy. I could use some relaxation. I didn't have a computer or a TV, and the book Satch gave me was really good, but sometimes got a bit hard to read. Instead, I took out my phone and started flipping through the App Store. And then she starts playing Mitomo or something. Nothing really looked good. Especially if it was, free to play. Filled with ads. And microtransactions. Wait, what was this? I sat up. Dumby Doom's Revenge. Face off against 3 other players as you catch monsters, raise them, and use your unique skills to aid on your puzzle-solving quest. Only you can save Metaworld from its ignorant king and utter destruction. That's probably a reference to an app game that I don't know about. Now, with a single-player campaign, raise crops to feed your monsters. If you're lucky, they'll transform into cute girls. What? And then I turn it into a hentai game or something? What the hell? It looks so stupid. She's gonna play it, isn't she? But it couldn't hurt to give it a try. And I could always delete it afterwards. I downloaded and started up the game. Welcome to Dumby Doom's Revenge. I skipped the intro sequence and quickly hit single player. Loading. Load times were terrible. Yep, it's an app game, alright. Suddenly, a cartoonish hilly valley met my eyes, panning over to a white castle nestled next to a cliff. A lazy king lay asleep on a throne when a squat silver soldier ran into the room. King Dumby Doom, quickly, we're under attack! Oh, just send the first battalion off, please. I'm rather tired. The knight left, and the screen faded to a world map showing a horde of black blobs on the right side of the screen. You know, it'd be nice if we could see this ridiculous game. A small group of knights ran up against the blobs and were instantly devoured. One of the black blobs spit out a helmet out of the skull inside. Ooh, fun! What the hell is this game? And why aren't I playing it? Things continued in this way, with the king sending off his battalions haphazardly until no one was left. Then the king awoke in his chair and turned to the screen. You! Me? Only you can save my kingdom. Please. I don't think I can save your kingdom. You're the one menacing it. How dare you! What the hell? Could this thingy hear me? You are no longer my advisor. Go back to your home village and let me deal with this myself. A tiny sprite with brown hair flew across the world map, bouncing into a bunch of red houses. I guess my only choice is to raise an army of monsters myself, overthrow the king, and then raise an army to fight the oncoming bloopity bloops. Bloopity bloops? It's funny, when I hear that, I immediately think back to the Good Burger movie, where it's like, I am Grape Nose Man, bloopity 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 bloopity. How the hell did you come to that conclusion? Because he is Grape Nose Man, bloopity 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 bloopity. Finally, I was allowed to play the actual game. A dozen multicolored blocks appeared on the screen. The monsters I was initially given could only hit their corresponding colors and couldn't activate any traps. Supposedly more monsters could eventually learn how to set traps, and you could do certain combos to hinder the opposing team. If you had an attractive girl on your team, she could use an ability to double the rate of your opponent's blocks or have their clock time. But that had a drawback for you too, and could be used as an asset by the opponent. Not to mention that certain color combinations between girls and monsters activate unique secret abilities, and you could also evolve your monsters and feed them things. How the heck am I supposed to remember all of this? Game facts? I don't know. I failed the first few times, but quickly got the hang of it. It was just about being adaptable and maintaining a flexible strategy after all. My eyes started to hurt, and I looked at the time. 8 o'clock? It's been 4 hours? I had reading to do. I grabbed my textbook, flicked my radio on, and began to read. There have been many tales of times when the moon has fallen on other planets, the most popular of these being the myth of Termina. However, these myths have never proven to be more than a hallucination. My eyes blurred over my astronomy book, and I yawned. The Schubert piece floating from my radio made me want to go to sleep. Or Schubert, I guess. And I toyed with the idea of going to class without finishing my reading. Who cared how many times the moon was supposed to fall, especially when time travel was involved? Hana! Mai burst in through the door, flung herself across the room, and grabbed my radio.
Hey.
Hey, where have you been? What are you doing? Give me a sec, we're missing it. There we go. But I swear that dog was the living worst. That's why you need a bird like my lovely Jacques. Watch your tongue. What is this? Shh! They have their own radio show then? Sweet.
Hey.
So, the time has come to make an official announcement. This year, just like every other year, the Normal Boots Club will be participating in the video game tournament.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yay! As PBG applauded as though he were a crowd of 30 people, I shot a puzzled glance at Mai. I hope you guys will support us again this year, and best of luck to our competitors. You guys are going down! And now for some music. Mai turned down the radio and sighed. Okay, what did you want? What was that? You interrupted my Schubert, my classical thing. I don't know. PB&J. It's PBG and John's radio show. They have a radio show? What do they do on it? You know, they talk and stuff, and play music sometimes. Everyone in school listens to it. I'm so glad you brought your radio. I forgot mine at home. And a video game tournament? Yeah, didn't you hear them talking about it the other day? No. Come to think of it, I hadn't paid much attention to their conversation. I was too busy worrying about myself. Every year they have a game tournament down at Higanbana Mall. Lots of people come to compete, but everybody knows the real fight is between the Normal Boots Club and the Hidden Block Club. Is that what they do? Video game tournaments? Yeah, that's why nobody's ever joined them since their inception.
Well,
I guess partly they're a group of friends who just happen to make a club together. But also, unless you're really talented, you'd just drag them down. Ouch. Not all of them are so harsh, but some of them, well... I glanced away, but I felt like I knew who she was talking about. That's too bad. I'm guessing Shane then? Because he doesn't seem to like us. The conversation I had before with Jimmy and Caddy came to my mind. Had they really thought I was joining the Normal Boots Club? There was no way. I mean, I'm playing this app game. I hadn't played a video game since I was a kid. My father gave me a 4DS when I left home, and you were playing an app game. Like, no offense, but there's not a lot in app games. Oh, I guess a little reminiscing on on Mai's part. Or Hana's part, I guess. Yeah, I guess we could do this right before closing shop. The night before I left home for Asagao, my dad came to visit me in my room. I'd packed a few things I owned into a briefcase and a single cardboard box set to be shipped with the train. I sat and stared at the box, somewhat bitter. I barely even needed it. I didn't own much. Hana. Yeah, Dad? My father stood in front of me, a weary smile on his face. Even though he tried to hide it, I could see by the deep wrinkles around his eyes and forehead that he was tired. Sad. The past few years had taken their toll on him, and I hadn't eased things. You'll be leaving tomorrow. Yeah. A heavy silence hung between us, filling my childhood bedroom like styrofoam. Are you excited? Yeah, I am. He nodded and glanced around my room at the pale blue walls, the broken clock above my old desk, the scuff marks around the doorframe from where I ran into it as a kid. I lived in this house almost my whole life, ever since moving after kindergarten. It was everything I knew, but now it was too much for me. The decision to transfer to Asagao didn't come lightly. First, it was a prestigious institution with a highly prized reputation. Only the best of the best, touting either great grades, impressive talent, or lots of money could get in. I was none of those things, but I made it in regardless. Part of me suspected I was a charity case. I received a small scholarship, and it would no doubt look good for the academy to have fostered a poverty-stricken child in its walls. And despite the fact that my father couldn't afford it even with the scholarship, he guaranteed he'd support me if I went. I looked again at the wrinkles in his face and his sagging shoulders. He pressed his hands against his body to hide the way they shook. All for me. He'd be all alone. He could always get a dog. Just saying. I'm glad you're going. I think this will be good for you. Yeah. I wished I could say something else, but nothing came. Well, honey, just in case you get homesick, I brought a present for you. Present? From his pocket, my dad produced a shiny pink Nintendo 4DS and placed it into my hands. For you. But why? How? Dad, this costs so much. You're already killing yourself to let me go. Why would you? Tears spilled from my eyes as my dad smiled. Nothing is too good for you, my dear Hana. His voice was trembling. You're my pride and joy. You deserve so much better than you've gotten from me. Dad. Go to Asagao. Have fun. Make a lot of friends. And when you get homesick, you play with that. Yeah, I'll make do. I stood up and hugged him, burying my face in his scratchy sweater and oatmeal smell. I'll miss you. I'll miss you, my little Hana. Aww. That's sweet. But the thing is, he forgot to give me a cartridge to play with. Oh. Well, you have it as a little memento. Maybe some of the Norm Boots Club will let you borrow some of their games. Who knows? Now I glanced at the machine hidden behind my desk lamp. I watched me carefully. Well, you never know what could happen. What? What do you mean? I giggled. Nothing at all. But I just got back, so I've got work to do. Work, right. PBG and I still had that project due, and we hadn't met to discuss it at all. He said he had it under control. But I should probably make a backup plan just in case. I'd say so. And with that, I think that's a good place to stop for now. We had a lot of emotional and cutesy moments in this little video. I'm curious to see where it's going to go, because so far we've still not yet picked a guy to woo, in a sense. I'm probably heading off closer to PBG and Satch just because I took the book and went and saying I'm going to a soccer game. So we'll see what happens in the next part. But for now, this is StarPrincessHLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell.